Attention au tir, rafale de 3 dans 3, 2, 1.
It's called a case-telescoped or CT cannon, the weapon that will give the Army's new Ajax armoured vehicle its tactical punch. And this is the factory at Bourges in central France where it's been built. Here they've produced hundreds of these 40mm cannons, both for Ajax and for the French military, which has fitted the CT-40 to its Jaguar reconnaissance vehicle. So what makes this gun so special? Well, first is the design. On the CT-40, the mechanism on the right that feeds ammunition into the cannon is static. It doesn't move regardless of the elevation of the barrel. The manufacturers say that means it's more stable, better at firing on the move, and far more reliable than a conventional weapon. The cannon's also compact, taking up far less space than previous medium caliber guns. And it only recoils by 2 inches, 50mm. Colin Stevenson was one of the lead engineers on the CT-40 project.
Well, I've worked on this product for 25 years, actually. I was Royal Ordnance Nottingham. And what I've seen is, the military, ex-military, who've seen this weapon fire, certainly on a Warrior, when you compare it with the 30mm Ardent, it is pretty unbelievable, the firepower that you can get from such a small volume.
And this is where that firepower comes from, the cannon's unique 40mm telescoped ammunition. Unlike traditional rounds where the projectile or bullet sits on top of the cartridge, the projectile in this sits inside it, encased in the propellant powder. It means the ammunition is dramatically reduced or telescoped down in size to something that looks like this, a relatively small tube. These take up less room inside the vehicle and are far easier for the crew to handle, while also being 4 times more powerful than the 30mm ammunition used on the Warrior.
I've recently talked to a couple of serving soldiers, a couple of SMEs. They couldn't be happy with it. The feedback from the SMEs was as soon as this is out and deployed on NATO exercises, everyone's going to want it. It's something that is a game changer. It's the next step for battlefield engagement at medium calibre.
The CT-40 has a linkless carousel magazine which can be shaped to fit into any turret, and it can be loaded with a variety of different ammunition. The crew simply slide open this drawer and insert the type of rounds they need, selecting from a menu of different options.
So starting with these 2 blue ammunition, these are the training ammunition. One of which has got a reduced range, which enables smaller training areas to be used. The 2 yellow munitions are high explosive. One of which has got a mechanical impacting fuse, and the second is an airburst munition. This means it has a time programmable fuse, which enables the munition to be exploded over a target, such as entrenched troops. There are 2 kinetic energy munitions. The first is a steel slug, which is designed for defeating hard targets such as bunkers. The second is a tungsten dart. This is a sub-caliber munition, so it's smaller than the diameter of the barrel, and this is used for defeating armoured targets such as IFVs.
So what does that multi-target capability mean in practice for the crew of an armoured vehicle going into battle? Well, for instance, if they need to quickly engage an enemy vehicle, they can select an armour-piercing round from the cannon's magazine. Once they've dealt with that, they might need to target a group of enemy firing from a building. So the AHS, the automatic handling system, will find and deliver a point detonating round into the weapon. With those enemy neutralised, the crew might then find themselves under fire from an enemy attack helicopter or light aircraft. But the cannon can deal with those too, elevating its barrel up to 85 degrees and switching into an air defence mode. Ukraine has also shown that having a weapon that can elevate this high is also extremely useful against the growing threat of drones. This cannon will be able to carry this dedicated air defence round. It contains hundreds of tungsten pellets, which it fires at Mach 3, rather like a shotgun, literally blasting drones out of the sky.
I think the unique features of the CT-40 weapon do lend themselves to evolve as the battlefield evolves. So if we take something like high elevation, high elevation was originally intended to be used in urban conflicts. Now with the drone threat, that high elevation gives us that capability against that target set as well.
The CT-40 can fire up to 200 rounds a minute, compared to 90 for the Ardent autocannon fitted to the Warrior. The gun's armour-piercing rounds can penetrate 14 centimetres of armour at up to 1,500 metres. And even on targets 3 kilometres away, it can go through 10 centimetres of armoured steel. The cannon's been produced here in France by CTA International, a joint venture between the British firm BAE Systems and the French company Nexter. The ammunition is made in both the UK and France, giving each country control of its own supply.
The British MOD have ordered in excess of 500 units of this cannon, plus some spares, etc., for their programs. And we are supporting them alongside these programs. The French DGA has ordered, is in progress to order 300 units of the Jaguar vehicle on which we're embedded. And same on the French Navy. The French Navy has started ordering the rapid-fire system from KNDS and Thales, in which we are providing the 40mm system for the anti-air. And we are growing up in the sector, not only in the land domain, but as well in the naval and anti-air domain.
Here in France, these engineers continue to develop, test and refine the CT-40. While the Ajax programme has suffered much publicised problems, all 6 variants of the vehicle are now starting to roll off the production line, ready to enter service this year. The CT-40 is the MOD's first newly qualified cannon and ammunition system since the 1960s, a leap in technology and firepower that promises to make the British Army more lethal against more types of target than ever before. Simon Newton, Forces News, Bourges. Thanks for watching. For more from Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.